So let's turn this fan down and pull up the infographic. Alright, make sure I got audio. Do I have audio? I think I do. Let me know if I got audio, if anybody's in the audience. Let's see. Alright, so we're back here again doing some network testing. And I'm doing my route, my alpha route, and I do this to keep a running comparison on what the three cellular networks are doing, and I'll eventually run these independently of each other. But right now, I need to get a baseline and see what the performance looks like across the board. But like currently, right now, I have Verizon, which is on the left, T-Mobile in the middle, and AT&T is flanking it to the right. So last year, roughly about maybe 2 or 3 months before December, Verizon did not have N77 yet. So now it's been a year, and I want to see what the performance looks like. And obviously, we have N77 at 100 megahertz for Verizon. As you can see on fast.com, we getting some throughput. So I'm gonna hit the speed tests for all three. T-Mobile is in N41 standalone at 580, and AT&T is at 88 megabits per second, and they're doing N5 aggregation with their LTE. So from the looks of it, I don't necessarily think that AT&T is looking to move very fast. So I'm showing it on the screen now, and we're going to put this up so you can see what the performance looks like while I'm moving. And we're going to run this route as you can see on the screen. So in my area, it says on route metrics that there's a three-way tie. So how does route metrics compute this? Sometimes it's a little bit of a head scratcher, but I equate this that all three networks should be able to do a live stream independent of each other, no problem. 8 megabits per second is 1080p running through OBS. So to be able to do 1080p without a whole lot of hiccups, a whole lot of problems, should be the golden standard for streaming and video on the go. So what we're going to do is we are going to run my gauntlet of tests. Today I'm only doing my alpha route, and I have independent routes that I have bookmarked or already did playlists for, and you can see what I would say the progression looks like. So now we're doing an updated video for my alpha route. As you can see, we got N77 100 megahertz for Verizon. This wasn't true a year ago, so I wanted to make sure that I reflect, what Verizon is actually doing in my area in Washington, D.C. As usual, we're going to be driving this, so no sitting in front of a cell tower. I know that some people think that that's what speed testing is, but really, truly using the network is what you're trying to do. You're trying to see what the network is actually doing. So let me do one more check real quick before I get moving. Put that up there. And while you're watching, please hit like and subscribe and leave a comment below letting me know what you think. Let's see. Let's get started. This is my alpha route that's on the screen on the Tesla screen. So you should be able to see where I'm at, where I'm going. Along this area right here is Homeland Security. And it's a natural, they actually made the network bad, all three of them, in the same exact spot. So this is one of the reasons why I use this route, is because it's a challenging spot for all three, and they kind of do all three mess up in front of Homeland. So I'm going to drive in front of Homeland Security and see what the stream does, and I'm going to go back and look at the video and then judge what the performance is looking like, because that'll give me a telltale sign on what to expect when I get ready to do each cellular carrier individually. So that way that there's no surprises. I can probably guesstimate from I could probably end up guesstimating from the performance what is going to actually happen. So this is just a prelude of all three as a test run. I do this for each of my other routes. Currently I have 4 routes in the DC area that I use. This is one of 4, and I basically run the gauntlet with all 3, and I use all 3 simultaneously to do the live stream currently right now. So we're gonna see what the performance looks like for all 3 right now. Now, if you have any comments or concerns, I'm going to check back once I get near Homeland Security and see what anybody has said. So give me a moment until I get over that area, and then I can look and see what people have commented. But right now, currently, I can't see what anybody is saying. So right now, off the break, we're going to hit all 3. At the bottom left hand corner is Speedify, so I use that as the VPN of choice. They bond all 3 carriers together to give you to be able to do the live stream, and that way, if there's any hiccup between 1 or 2 or even all 3, then I'll be able to tell what's going on right away. Kind of more of a visualization of not just seeing if the video quality is bad, but you also get a chance to see a minute-by-minute graph, a moment-by-moment graph of what the carriers are doing. Let's see, we're gonna do this. Oh, Verizon C-band is juicing now. So this is a far cry from what it was a year ago. We're at 1052 and 93 up. T-Mobile is still not the speed king no more in my area from the looks of it. We're at 511 down and 12.3 up, but it's still offering a lot more throughput at a lower price though. So my Verizon line, this is not the updated line, but this is the highest level you can get. I had the what is it? I forget what is it. Get more. I had a Get More line, which gave me unlimited data, untethered data, the whole kit and caboodle. So I'm curious to see what this is going to end up looking like. But right now, Verizon, from the looks of it, Verizon has taken the speed crown back from T-Mobile. More testing needs to be done, and that's what we're doing right now. AT&T is still not showing it. This is very odd. 14 down, 27 up. They're showing signs of congestion. But they're not putting anything on air right now from what I can tell. So right now, Verizon is still doing non-standalone, which you could say is not true 5G or partial 5G or whatever your favorite terminologies input there. But that's what Verizon's doing currently. They're doing band 66, 15 megahertz along with N77, 100. T-Mobile is probably doing 2 carrier of N41. I gotta stop and take a look at it. But I am curious to see what's going to happen once I get over to Homeland Security. All right, here we go. Shouldn't have too much road noise. Oh, we got traffic today too. All right, hitting it again. That is a far cry from what it was a year ago. Verizon is the speed king now from the looks of it. Guess it had to take T-Mobile dancing around them to finally wake up. $8.95 and 86 for Verizon, $5.80 and 20 for T-Mobile, and $5 and 26 for AT&T. AT&T's priority for video is very, very weird. I mean, I was only pulling 5 down, but somehow it found almost 70 megabits per second to give me for video. Oh, 83. It's giving me 83 megabits per second for video. So whatever mystical sauce that AT&T's using is very strange, but don't count them out yet. All right, so this first hard curve that we're coming up on was kind of bad for Verizon last time I did this, so I'm curious to see what happens once I get into this curve here. I'm gonna hit it again. This was kind of like a natural bad spot for all 3 carriers. There's not a tower for at least a quarter mile, but it's like a blind spot. There's no buildings except for the water treatment plant that I'm gonna drive past. So nobody's gonna put a cell tower in the swamp area of the woods. So as soon as I get off of this off ramp, I'm going to hit it again. Let's see what happens. Here we go. Oh yes. A dramatic improvement from what I could tell from the last time I drove this route. Alright, so both T-Mobile and Verizon are pushing that 200 side. AT&T's at 19. So let me go ahead and get the stats out in just a moment. Alright, so Verizon gave us 214 down by 30 up. T-Mobile is at 290 down and 2 up. And AT&T is at 19 down and 11 up. Alright, so this little flat area here. Oh yeah, Verizon's performance is greatly different than a year ago along this stretch here. So they have come into Washington D.C. just like what Root Metrics said, and came up and pretty much tied it. Gotta hit defrost. Alright, so I'm not able to see what the live stream looks like right now, but we're coming into this blind dead zone spot. The only way I know is when I hit speed tests. Normally the speeds start getting a little wonky through here. Oh, that's not good. All three are affected. And so let me see if I can remember what this off-ramp looked like. Let's do it again. Oh, so T-Mobile has worked on this area a lot more. Verizon AT&T are not showing up as much. So we're close to Homeland Security, and this is what they call a null zone. So a particular spot on the tower, they actually created a null zone. So the best way I can describe it to you is cell towers have a region near where their antennas are, and pretty much you'll get, I'm not gonna say you didn't get no signal, but you won't get the best possible signal. But here, because I guess government installation, they created a dead spot or a non-performance spot for this area. So we're currently now near Homeland Security. I don't want to stop right here directly in front of this place. But I am going to stop and check to see if the live stream is going, or I'm sounding like I'm talking to myself. But Verizon is showing a lot more hurt on this side than T-Mobile or even AT&T is. All right. Let's see what it looked like. Are we still live streaming? It looks like we are. And let's go here and check OBS. We are still green. That is good. So we're still green on OBS. Look at the make sure you keep an eye on Speedify. So what is this? AT&T is the baby blue. T-Mobile is that pinkish pink, and Verizon is the purple. So if you want to keep track and see what's going on as I'm moving along through the network. Do another test. So AT&T is using band 12 as the anchor for LTE. T-Mobile is on band 2 for their anchor, and Verizon's on band 2 for their anchor. But AT&T is using N66, 10 megahertz, along with for their 5G. T-Mobile is obviously using N41. And Verizon is not using any, so there's no C-band here next to Homeland. So first preliminary findings, when I get ready to come back through here and do the independent stream testing, Verizon might not hold up very well. From what I'm seeing with the speed test pools, because it's going to take at least 3 to 5 megabits per second for it to hold a stream, and it's not looking like it's going to be able to pull it once I get over here next to Homeland Security. So stay tuned for that, because I'm going to run these independent of each other on the same exact route that you're seeing right now. But T-Mobile and AT&T are looking pretty solid. All right, we got N77 back again for Verizon. Let's see what happened. Verizon got a little bit of extra pep in its step, and it's still not doing so hot. I'm probably still inside of the null zone for this area, but T-Mobile's drastically improved since the last time I came through here. And then fast. This is gonna give us the video performance, or possible video performance. Alright, so AT&T's at 1.9 megs, so they're going to have some trouble once I come back through here again. T-Mobile doesn't look like it's going to have any issues once I do this independent test for them at 820 megabits per second, and Verizon is at 86 megabits per second. So root metrics findings show that Verizon has drastically improved, but is it a three-way tie? That's the question. From what I'm seeing, it doesn't look like it's a three-way tie yet. Pop this at the light. And we're back down to N77 at 60 megahertz for Verizon. From the looks of it, they got 100 megahertz on air, but it's in different sparse cell sites. Make sure I don't get hit. So we're back on the freeway again. So the spot that we're going to is back over near RFK Stadium. It's the old Washington football team stadium before they moved to Landover, Maryland. They supposed to be destroying that stadium this year. It should have been this year. Here we go. So Verizon has C-band up, but they're not putting everything on air, which I find that kind of surprising. 715 down, 43 up for Verizon. 416 down, 16 up for T-Mobile, and 48 down, and look like it's 12 up for AT&T. I'll take advantage of the stop and go. Get the fast.com in. Alright, so Verizon at 400 megabits, T-Mobile at 430 megabits, and AT&T is at 3.2 megabits. So if you got any questions, put them in the comments. Once I get into the neighborhood, I'll pull over again and I'll check the comments again. Alright, so this is a major traffic spot. So people have their phones. All these people's cell phones are connected to a tower. So what are the throughput for this area? I do think that Verizon has greatly improved in my area, but there's no way in the world that it's a tie. Not with AT&T showing what it's showing right now. Unless they plan on doing some wicked voodoo to get megabits out of the air, I don't know if it's going to be able to perform well independently by itself. So currently getting on Pennsylvania Avenue. Taking the back streets to get to RFK. Let's see what the fast look like. So remember, I'm going to run these independent of each other. Right now, they're kind of working together to keep the live stream up. So I want to show what the route looks like in the direction I'm going to be going in, and if I'm not able to make it all the way through, then that's considered a fail. I mean, there's going to be hiccups, there's going to be probably some timeouts. Census is it has to be able to complete the task. That's a do not enter. Alright, so let me pull over here. They already redid this area. So it's looking pretty good. Verizon's back at to N77 100 megahertz in this neighborhood. And AT&T is still not giving us all the beans. $8 down and 8.5 up, and Verizon is giving us 331 down and 35 up. Let's do it fast. I need to see what the video performance looks like while I'm here. Let's check and see what it looked like. Alright, so the last leg is going through this neighborhood. Let's do that again. Play is too bright. Turn that down. So this route takes us near the DC jail, plus retail outlet area too. They're doing modern street upgrades over here also. Yeah, we're not pulling a lot of data from Verizon anymore. Look like C-band fell off over here. We should be able to do a pretty good live stream on Verizon, but their data is all over the place right now. I mean, I'm getting good spurts, but I'm not getting consistency. And that's what you're going to need for maintaining a live stream. You need at least 8 megabits per second down, or up, sorry. You need 8 megabits per second up continuous. And right now, we're not seeing that consistency from Verizon. It's dipping and dodging right now. Well, when you're impatient, you gotta ride in the bike lane. Yeah, now AT&T is giving us some juice, but Verizon has completely dropped off. T-Mobile has been the only consistent one. but this Model Y is a very, very rough riding vehicle. Alright, we're near the DC jail. Let's see. I do see a Verizon millimeter wave node directly in front of me. Let's see if I end up connecting to it. Alright, so 526 down, 24 up, T-Mobile. 57 down and 5 up for AT&T. And Verizon is giving us like 29 down and not a lot up. Oh, 2 up for Verizon. All right. Now we're near the DC Armory. So let's see. They do hold events out here, so the cell coverage has to be pretty good to be able to hold the capacity of a lot of people. Currently, right now, T-Mobile's the only one that's been giving us consistent speeds. Doesn't have to be high, just got to stay consistent. And right now, it's consistently high. So we're on the oval ramp coming around RFK. No, I don't. It's a straight through. Almost to the end. There we go. Right at the end it fell. Let's see if we can get this back over here. No. Can't get it back in. Alright, so had to unplug T-Mobile. being in the center. Now my holder doesn't want to work. Alright, so the last test was 369 down, 30 up. AT&T is at 97 down and 3 up. And Verizon's at 157 down and 23 up. I gotta work on my mounts for next time. But thank y'all for watching. I will be doing this test again, but independently for each carrier, and we're gonna find out which one is if all three are viable in this area, or will one rule the roost. Thank y'all. Like, share, and subscribe, and y'all have a good one.